Welcome back, Trinidad and Tobago. Well, Trinidad and Tobago is a live music district. I understand the pilot runs from March through to June of 2018, and after that, some very exciting things to look forward to. Joining us on set, we have Music TT Chairman John Arnold and also President of BP Renegades, Michael Marcano. Gentlemen, welcome.
Morning.
Now, for those of us who have been living under a rock for the past, what exactly is the Live Music District, TT's Live Music District, about?
Well, the Live Music District is one of the initiatives of the Ministry of Trade and Industry under the umbrella of the Creative TT, and of course, sub to that would be the Music TT. To put it in a nutshell, very easy to understand, would be it's really a vibrant music economy.
Right.
Right. To put it in a small line, and really what it does is that you're trying to create an environment in an area, space designated, that becomes full and constant and sustainable with live music at various venues during that period. And of course, what we hope is that by driving this impetus now, we hope that this would be a sustainable thing that will be maintained by the stakeholders and the business community and so on. Yeah. There are several benefits, of course, to having a live music district. There's the tourism side of it, certainly. There are people who travel for that to music districts. There's the aspect of building capacity in terms of artists. I think it's actually a place where a lot of artists have the opportunity now to hone the skills. They develop repertoires. They go through the whole value chain from songwriting right up to having products to sell. And obviously, it creates economic activity for the area. So I think, again, looking at other cities that have done that, this is the first attempt that the government has, through the Music TT and the Ministry of Trade and Industry, to take this initiative and get it driven. So during the period, we launched in March. So for 3 months, we're going to do this pilot project. And so far, it's really, really going good. What we do at the end of that is evaluate it. And once we evaluate that, we go through the metrics and so on. This will now indicate to us where are the shortfalls, what are the advantages, and how we can now better it and move it forward. Also, the plan is to actually extend the music district to other areas, for example, Tobago, all right?
Yes.
Which has a nice, vibrant nightlife scene down in the southern part. So that in a nutshell is what we hope to do. We have several venues. We had like 30 venues signed into it. And the actual thing is that they're supposed to have 2 performances per week. So within the pilot period, we're supposed to cover something like 700 performances during that period. And then it allows a number of performers. Some are they have to register to be part of the LMD. I'm saying LMD, Live Music District. And once they do that, then the stakeholders are able to interact, see what they have to offer. And we actually pay for the first 20 minutes, and we encourage the business owners to pay for the rest of the period.
Okay, great. Now, Mr. Marcano, what are your thoughts on this entire initiative?
Well, this is something exciting to me,
yes,
because it's something that I've dreamt of for a long time. In fact, Trinidad is a country Trinidad and Tobago is full of music, full of culture.
And talent.
And we have not been tapping that resource and making use of it as a product, with the steel pan, Anywhere you go in Trinidad and Tobago, there's a band, But how many of them function throughout the year? We've come to recognize Carnival, Panorama as the steel band event. After that, it seems like it's just a hobby, And so something like this, the Live Music District, is to me, it is like industrializing music in Trinidad and Tobago.
Agreed.
And that is what we need to do, because it comes natural. Yeah, so we now need to bottle it and market it.
What level of success have you identified based on the pilot project?
Well, so far we've had just about a month and maybe a few weeks to measure. It's good so far in terms of the performances, the responses to the performers, and in terms of some of the venues buying it. What we hope is at the end, by June, we should be able to see all the venues on stream, many more performers signing in. Right now we have a number of performers that have signed in. And basically, again, spreading the news. Now, what's happening here with BP Renegades on Sunday is actually a signature event of the Live Music District, because this is like the top premier exponent of of the steel band form, and winners right now in the Mark of Excellence. We're actually having them do a free show for the public, and thanks to Senator Gopi Skun, who's really a real strong live wire here for the Ministry of Trade, Industry, and of course under the umbrella of the Live Music District, we're having them, and we're closing off an area on the street on Sunday, the avenue.
Yes.
And it's really about families, people, friends, musicians, everybody coming to have a nice time, taking the music. And again, they also have some performers that will be performing with them. But it's a nice evening of making sure the business places and stakeholders in that area, they will all benefit. But even more than that, it's really about Trinidad and Tobago. The families come out, enjoy an evening of great entertainment with the star. Yes. Or with the stars.
So, Mr. Marcano, how are plans shaping up for Sunday's event?
Well, so we, apart from shaping up for this event,
yes,
we have several other events for the year already. We are leaving the country, for instance, on the 7th of May, to return on the 21st. We're already in talks with people in Barbados and Miami, so other tours. So it's going to be a busy year for us, apart from being a year for love, as you say. You know?
He had to drop that.
But on the whole, Renegades has been a band like that for several years now, because we work with an international agent. So we go on tour almost every year, and we go to festivals, and so it's nice to be home, to be doing that at home now. Yeah.
What I think the band also represents a real good image of Trinidad and Tobago, because you have one of the top arrangers in the country, Devon Stewart, who is from Tobago. So
there we go.
So I mean, you all represent the whole Trinidad and Tobago.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Great. Now, I'd like to find out, Mr. Arnold, also, how many artists are taking part, and what about online booking for artists who's wanting to be part of this, looking on, you know?
Right. I think, well, we do have a platform. Persons can go up on the Music TT website and the Creative TT website to get more information. But beyond that, I think it would be nice if people actually call and talk to two of our officers. One is Risa and one is Melissa, because I think that gives a nice kind of hands-on in terms of giving you some guidance as to how easy it is to register. By next month, we'll actually have a live app where persons can actually go on the platform, use the app, and get the information about artists, where they'll be performing, what times, if there are any special offers. All that would be available. We have a tech company right now working on that. So we have that's going to be launched. So my thing is that moving forward with creating these initiatives about the music tech platform and the Live Music District, I think it augurs well for the future. I think it augurs well for what we can do with music, both right through the year, not only Carnival season, but right through the year. Also, I need to let you know that it's amazing the plethora of talent in this country. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
And I mean, it's it's like cells up out of trees, you know, it's just oozing. Yeah, because, you know, and it's all kinds of music. When we went through the artist listing, the people doing all kinds of music.
So there is no criteria in
No,
terms
there's
of the
no,
genre?
you need to be, no. In terms of the genre, there's none.
Okay.
You can do classical, for example, some of the venues would like to have classical pop,
Okay.
right? People who sing an Italian song. There's some people says who would like what you would have a violinist who is playing calypso, who is playing other stuff. And so it's interesting to see the people who want gospel flavored something, some people who want soft rock, some people want jazzy something, you know. Some people are cool with just a nice lawn singer, you know, with a guitar and voice. Yeah. So you have all kinds of styles and music, and I'm telling you this, and I can boast it, that Trinidad and Tobago, I don't know, per capita, I think we are solid, pretty solid. What we have to do now is, like he says,
bottle it and market.
Yeah, bottle it and market.
Yeah, that's right.
How do you assess these artists?
We have a program called the Artist Portfolio Development Program.
Okay.
And so from that program, which a lot of work has been going on for the last two or 3 years, what we did with that was that we had this open call, and we had a number of artists that actually signed into that. And that open call, you had to go through a whole program and go to the songwriting. We had where people prepared, then we brought in some producers who told us. So then there's some artists from that we selected. So that's like a core. But beyond that, people from we assess it based on both in terms of what they give us as the biography and what they submit.
Okay.
All right. And then, of course, in the industry, there are other people who you already know what they're doing, the kind of work they're doing. You know. I also just want to add here that the Live at Lunch, which is an initiative by Dr. Nyan Gadsby and the folks at the Ministry of Culture and the Arts, they sponsored one program about maybe 2 or 3 weeks ago. I can't recall the actual date. But they're going to be doing more of that once a month, I think, where under the Live Music District banner, they would also be doing a program. And that one, they featured gospel. And what we're hoping is that in the Live Music District, not only those areas which we define, in Port-au-Spain, St. James, Sinclair, all those areas within that district, but we're hoping that the other people piggyback on it.
Okay.
I mean, it's not just the
in different communities,
you know,
throughout the country.
Well, we haven't gone beyond this area now, but I'm saying within the district, there may be people who have not registered on the LMD, but they have live music. Okay. So it'd be good that what we're encouraging is really a whole heap of people, like he was saying, the more persons that can attempt to have live music in their establishment and move away necessarily from the DJ kind of thing. Yes. I think there's a thing about live music, you know, it does something to people.
Yeah, really, really excellent initiative. Yeah. What are your closing comments, Mr. Marcano?
Well, my closing comments is
yeah,
Sunday, talk about Sunday.
Yeah, Sunday we hope to put on not hope, we are going to put on a very vibrant show, you know, and it is something that because we are also preparing for the Tobago Jazz, by the way, you know, which comes up on the end of May.
End of next week.
Next week,
Friday, Saturday and
next
Sunday.
Week, the end of April,
Mm-hmm.
And following which we go to Europe in the beginning of May after Borrow Day. So we also preparing for Borrow Day. So you see what I mean? But a live program, a tight program for us this year. But so we started it last weekend, or a couple of weekends ago up at Lupino, right? And we hope to replicate the same thing on Sunday here on the Avenue, and give that steel band input into the whole thing, right? You know, because steel band is part of it's a national instrument, So of course it has to be part of this whole venture by the Music TT, right? Not just bands, but soloists as well, I assume Mr. Arnold.
Oscar Benjamin would be there.
Well, Oscar Benjamin will be with us on Sunday as well. So it's something to look forward to. And we encourage people to come out, you know, and
Most
listen.
definitely,
Yeah.
It's free. You just whispered that.
It's free. 5 o'clock to 7:30 on the avenue. We just ask people to just come down, have a great time. Bring the kids, bring everybody.
Okay.
Tanti, everybody. You could put an Adam Suit Square, you can put your blanket, put your jazz chair, whatever. Just have a ball, you know. I think the music of BP Renegades is solid, and the repertoire is also very good, right? And we have people like Oscar Benjamin, who's an exciting performer anyway.
Yes.
And I think people will be impressed, and I think it's a very entertaining evening. And under the banner of the Ministry of Trade and Industry, with the hard work, and I like to talk about Senator Gopi Scoop, because she's really, she's a solid motivator. I like her for that. Solid motivator. And under Music TT and the Creative TT, we're looking forward to having everybody come out, really have a ball, including you, of course.
And the entire
CTV.
Yeah. Great. So this is definitely something to look forward to, stimulating a new wave of economic growth through the creative industries. Right, gentlemen, thank you so much for being part of our show this morning. Best of luck with this initiative.
Yeah, thanks for having us.